Take 99.
Hello, bonjour, Kamala How. Welcome to the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq. I am here today with my mother, Margaret, affectionately known as Magit. Magit spent some time at residential school when she was 3 years old. The most important time of child development, because Mom talks about how important play was.
As a child, it is very important for play. It's part of your learning of your cognitive training.
Learning through play.
Learning through play, yeah.
And there was no play at residential schools. Well, there was no dolls.
No. When you got there, if you had a doll, it'd be taken away. You never see it anymore. And we didn't have any toys, nothing. So we didn't know how to play. And we didn't learn much just because of that.
I think you were told that being Mi'kmaq was not good.
That I would amount to nothing.
Your language was not good.
It was not that. It wasn't good. We weren't even allowed to speak our language there. You know, some of the girls just whispered, scared of being punished.
So my mom left our community of Wela'liek when she was 3 years old, going on 4, and spent 5 years at the residential school. So when Mom left, she knew her language, and when she came out, she didn't speak any Mi'kmaq. She called her parents Mr. and Mrs. Syllaboy. I can't imagine the hurt that your mom would have felt. Yeah. And I thank you, Mom, for teaching me my language and making sure that it was important to you, because now it's important to me.
Our language, being a speaker of Mi'kmaq, it's important for us. Because they tried to take that away from us too. They took everything away. And once we lose our language, we lose our spirit. I always believe that your language is your spirit.
Our language is so connected to the land. Yeah. And when you look at the communities now, everybody's fighting to bring back our language. You know, you were in a place where it was beaten out of the children and not allowed. And when you look at the communities were left with no children. And what do children do? With children, they learn from the adults. So there was no sharing of the culture and the traditions. But now, today, things are changing. Because when you look at welcoming spaces, I look at Maui Donk. Maui Donk is a place where it's a welcoming space for people with disabilities, because Margaret and her sister Teresa and brother Ben made sure that there was a place for people with disabilities. And it wouldn't have been possible without a relationship with Tom Gunn. So building relationships is important for us, and inclusion. You know, we need to learn to get along, because history has not helped us in that. We're looking for ways to build those relationships, to reclaim our culture. And it's through this initiative of Raising the Villages that we are finding this space now where we need these welcoming spaces, not just for Mi'kmaq, but for the Scottish, for the Acadian, and for whoever else is our neighbor. because now I have a great nephew that is Scottish and Mi'kmaq, and I don't want him to grow up with the racism that I grew up with what Mom grew up with, because now is that chance where we have an opportunity to be included.
People from each color. Doesn't matter which color you are, you'll be treated the same. Even on our reserve here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we think about equity, and for all our people, young and old, from a young age, play and learning to love themselves. Learning to love themselves, it's the basis of any relationship, because learning to love yourself goes out. That's where it goes out to building those trust relationships on trust and all that stuff. So it's very important that children at an early age get these skills, because when we look at our community, before, when somebody passed away in our community, we would have a wake, or if somebody was dying, all the community would go, children too, and adults. Everybody was included. There was never any division there or separation. And it wasn't until colonization happened that our family structure, or our community structure, was threatened. And now we're fighting hard to bring back a lot of reclaiming our traditions and our customs, rebuilding our relationships, because we want to make sure that nobody else goes through the system that the residential schools put through our people.
Everybody's equal in the family, from birth to death. When your child is born or giving birth, you hear somebody's going to give birth. Everybody's waiting to see the baby. Doesn't matter if they're relative or not. Everybody's excited. And they would go to the hospital and welcome in the kid or the baby.
Mm-hmm. And, sorry.
And same with death. Everybody goes. That's what my daughter said.
Yeah. So now when we got involved with Raising the Villages, it's an initiative that is clear and dear to my heart, because we need to get along. Nobody is going anywhere.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, shoot. Now to go in. I could eat them up now.
Huh?
Now, how did?